Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an incredible day. To start things off, the cryptocurrencies market recent bout of sideways trading was met with a bullish resolution overnight when bulls were able to propel Bitcoin through the heavy resistance it was previously facing at 8,900 US dollars. With its break above this level allowing most other cryptos to also climb higher, traders are now widely anticipating the cryptocurrency to see further upwards momentum, as data from Binance Futures shows that the overwhelming majority of top users on the platform are long on Bitcoin. Despite this, analysts are cautious about getting too excited following the recent BTC rally, as the resistance it faces around 9,500 could prove to be insurmountable. Big word. And provide an ideal shorting opportunity. In the past several days, Bitcoin has been previously caught between or within a bout of sideways trading between 8,400 and 8,900, with bulls and bears reaching an impasse over the cryptocurrency stabilizing at roughly 8,700 US dollars. The over the night prices went up. There seem to be a lot of factors for this, which we are going to get into. The entire point being, instead, because I thought about showing you all the news that was kind of out there talking about the prices of the cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, but what it majorly comes down to, a lot of people have taken the last, I'll say 36 hours as a very positive sign as to where the cryptocurrency space could go. I only saw very few slivers, very few of people talking about that Bitcoin was headed back down to 6,800, 6,900, which makes absolutely no sense, especially with the news that we've been given yesterday and the news that we're going to go over in a couple of seconds. Anyway, prices are doing okay. We're back up. Any bearish sentiment or behavior that we had before, for some reason that was around for about a good week and a half, has seemingly all disappeared over the course of the evening. Anyway, prices are slightly back up, and without further ado, let us move on. The news of the day, and I mean this, South Korea's parliament has officially recognized crypto trading as legal within the country. The move comes after 2 years. That's not 1 year, not 9 months, 2 years of deliberations into how to develop concrete guidelines for cryptocurrencies. According to the News Asia, South Korea's National Assembly passed an amendment to its Reporting and Use of Specific Financial Information Act legalizing cryptocurrency trading. Local South Korean media outlet Mail Kyungjae revealed that the motion to amend the bill received unilateral support with 182 votes in favor and 0 against. The law will come into effect 12 months from the signing date, with a further 6 months grace period for crypto exchanges to comply with the new regulatory paradigm. Thus, by September 2021, all crypto exchanges and wallet providers in South Korea will have to abide by the newly amended laws. As part of the amendment, crypto exchanges and other businesses must comply with the same with the same reporting requirements as other financial institutions. According to reports, the amendments legalizing crypto trading in South Korea oh my gosh, wow, hold on. I tried to take in breath to read the next sentence as I was also already breathing outward. It didn't work. Contains similar provisions to the guidelines already established by the Financial Action Task Force. For those of you, just little step backwards. I know we keep hearing about the FATF, the Financial Action Task Force. For those of you who have no idea what they are or what they are pretty much an organization who has pretty much told the entire world how they have to deal with cryptocurrencies. And as they were told to do so, all of these countries around the world are now following the rules from the FATF because the FATF told them to do so. South Korea's decision comes following the news that the Indian Supreme Court nullified the country's central bank ban on commercial banks providing services to Bitcoin exchanges. Like India, several crypto exchanges in South Korea shut down their operations, citing unfavorable regulations. So, the situation, first of all, the last 48 hours have been great. I think my feeling that the crypto market has not reacted appropriately to all of this. We kind of have the, would you say, the trifecta? In 2017, the cryptocurrency market was controlled by South Korea and Japan. We all know this. You can find the news about this. I forgot the percentage of cryptocurrency trading that were happening between these two regions, but they dominated the space. Sometime earlier, was it mid last year? It doesn't matter the time frame. Japan officially came out with all of their cryptocurrency laws saying it was completely legal. Basically, you had to go through the entire rundown if you were a cryptocurrency exchange, and you had to make sure that you had all the paperwork and you were compliant, and you had to be ready for audits and all this other stuff to kind of happen. Boom, got Japan. In the middle of that, yesterday, we found out that after 2 years of being told that something was so, apparently it was not so. And cryptocurrency trading has also been legal in India the last 2 years, despite no one else simply just coming out and saying that at the beginning of 2018. So we also now have the possibility of 1 billion people getting into the cryptocurrency space. If you've never seen any documentaries, if you've never watched any news stories on YouTube about the amount of people within India who were into crypto, you are going to be shocked. There are a lot of people. India's basically building their own, already has their own, kind of like Silicon Valley type place, and it is massive. It is continuing to expand. I have a lot more to say, but for the sake of time, the other part being the other people who control the cryptocurrency market and gave us a lot of those crazy prices. There was something in South Korea that happened in 2017, and it was called the kimchi premium. That's roughly, to throw out numbers, if Bitcoin within North America was trading around $8,000, in South Korea it was around $9,200. They were willing to pay a premium just to get their hands on as much Bitcoin as humanly possible. And this is what sparked the entire thing within South Korea that told their government and all the other ministers and whoever is out there, that they had to put a stop to this. They even said this. They said the market was getting too hot. And what that basically meant is that, at least according to the way that I see it, and I mean, logically, a lot of other people around the world have been looking for alternative investments. And people figured out really quick that cryptocurrencies were something that didn't necessarily lay within the framework of traditional assets, and therefore it wasn't like a free-for-all, but it was something very brand new. It was something that people were speculating on, and it caused the market to go completely insane in 2017. This is where we ended up hitting $20,000. The entire point being, after 2 years of, I mean, even the Indian news and the South Korean news, I wish they had more weight on the cryptocurrency space and on the cryptocurrency market. When we get news like this, everyone's kind of like, oh, that's cool, not realizing the impact that this is going to have in the future. When we do have a bull run and we have 1 billion people in India who are now then able to get into cryptocurrencies when they really previously weren't before, same exact thing with all the other countries that have also given us cryptocurrency rules and regulations. Now imagine both of the countries that basically moved the cryptocurrency market in 2017, Japan and South Korea, being able to legally, 100% legally this time, get back into the cryptocurrency space. Also paying attention to the fact that once again in 2017, we basically only had Kraken, Coinbase, the beginnings of Binance, and I think there were maybe 2 or 3 other exchanges within these countries. We now have a world where we have over 150 stable coins. We have over 10,000 cryptocurrencies. We have at least anywhere from 10 to 50 different cryptocurrency exchanges that are very popular around the world, not even counting the other ones that aren't popular, but also the fiat on-ramps. Part of the problem that many other countries have before is that many of these other exchanges only had US dollars. Sorry for screaming. And then they added euros, and then they added, the point being, these people didn't have complete access to the cryptocurrency markets, and now they do. So maybe this news hasn't really gotten everywhere yet. I expect that it will as time goes on. And the fact that all the major market movers have official cryptocurrency regulation, and I'm discounting one country that is beneath Canada, that is to say geography-wise, simply because they are the last place on this planet, I believe, that has yet to give cryptocurrency regulations. We have it from every other place. Even Russia has pretty much shown their run through for what's going to be passed. Anyway, this is absolutely epic. Here's the actual article on the news.asia. It says amendment to Special Reporting Act passes, cryptocurrency now fully legal in South Korea. This alone should have caused the market to plop up by 10%. I don't think people really understand how intense this is. Here's the actual article, which I cannot read as I do not read South Korean. I'll scroll down a little bit for those of you who do. I'm sure there's at least one person. There you go. This news was, as you might have imagined, everywhere. South Korea ready for adoption. But, oh, I forgot about this as well. Binance has also issued its... Binance is crazy. I think an hour after that news came out, Binance issued a Korean won stablecoin, as one might have assumed that they would do so. So, yeah, even more so, now there's an actual stablecoin pegged to the Korean won. This is all complete not nonsense, but I'm going to stop talking. The entire point being, this is incredible news. I have a feeling this news won't hit the market until the market is really moving. A lot of times we get really significant news. It doesn't tend to make crypto headlines, meaning as far as like the entire world over. Like I can show you the 38 websites that were all talking about this, but it usually will have no real impact on anything until Bitcoin's around 17, 18,000. We start getting all the analytics firms talking about, oh, well, the major movements are coming from Japan and South Korea. And then we start getting the news, well, 9 months ago, the entire point being, crypto is now officially legal in South Korea and in India and in Japan and in every other country around the world. So just gonna leave it there. And yeah, let's move on. Next up, the United States Department of the Treasury met with prominent figures from the cryptocurrency space to discuss regulatory challenges. The Treasury announced on the 2nd of March that it, along with industry leaders and compliance experts, discussed the supervision of crypto assets. Secretary of Treasury Steve Mnuchin said that the U.S. welcomes responsible innovation with the potential to improve the efficiency of the financial system. Still, he also highlighted the need to ensure that national security is not compromised by such innovation. He said, we must ensure that we balance innovation with the need to protect our national security and maintain the integrity of our financial system. Per the announcement, the U.S. Treasury Department is focused on preventing the use of crypto assets for money laundering and other illegal purposes. The regulator added that the U.S. will stay at the forefront of cryptocurrency regulation. And will not tolerate the use of cryptocurrencies in support of illicit activities. Bit of a no. As far as the U.S. staying at the forefront of cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrency regulations, that is a even the news that we got yesterday. Germany officially recognized crypto as a financial instrument, and Germany also allows their banks to buy, sell, hold, and trade crypto. When the U.S. does that, then I'd be like, okay. But even then, the word forefront definitely comes in. I mean, then you also even have India and South Korea. The entire point being, a lot of meetings like this have been taking place over the last couple of months. They started in 2018, but those were more like sitting in front of Congress and sitting in front of the Senate. Sorry, the air is terrible here. Basically discussing, for those of you who weren't here, these were very interesting times, discussing if cryptocurrencies were a threat. These weren't even discussions of stable coins. We didn't even know about Libra at this point. So a lot of the stuff that's coming out right now, okay, this is the way that I see it. This is exactly my view. This is exactly what I tell my friends, and exactly, not what I tell myself, but this is the way that I see everything kind of happening. We are at the point where it is impossible to ignore Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, crypto assets, stable coins, whatever basket you want to kind of put them in. It's impossible to ignore us and them at this point. We know that the cryptocurrency space has anywhere roughly, I think the number is anywhere between 40, 50 to 100 million people. These are rough estimates based on the number of cryptocurrency wallets, active people on cryptocurrency exchanges, people who are buying on a daily basis. You kind of get the entire point. They understand, or rather, I think they've come to the conclusion that the world and securities and monetary, blah, 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 all these other things will eventually become digitized in some sort of way. This is why I think we've seen this huge push by many of these companies who seemingly have a green light behind their heads that says, go forward, go do this, do so and so and so. A lot of other countries around the world, you may have realized, for this brand new asset class that is only 10 to 11 years old, and that's just Bitcoin. Some of the other coins are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. Have taken a very prominent spotlight on many different news outlets, on many different news portals, on many different places where they normally talk about traditional finance. Cryptocurrencies will have a segment. They'll take about 5-10 minutes out of their normal time to talk about Bitcoin or Ether or how XRP is performing. It's very odd that the cryptocurrency space has evolved so quickly. And I mentioned this before in 2017, which I think a lot of people forget about as well. The entire point being, it feels like to me that cryptocurrencies are here to stay. That they have embedded themselves in some sort of way. When you look at the really big money that's in the industry, when you look at the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, Fidelity, the Rockefeller family, all these people are rooted themselves within the cryptocurrency space, and it feels like the money is swirling around right now and that crypto is not going to poof anytime soon. So this is why I keep thinking, or it seems that we keep having these discussions within many countries, mainly this one right here, discussing the potential effects of the cryptocurrency space. It's not even speculative. We know how certain countries function, and we know how their monetary systems are. We know that many other countries are told that they are under sanctions by said country, and they kind of want to just, basically, they want to keep their power. No one really says it out loud. You can't really say things like that out loud on TV, but we all know exactly how it ends up going. So I think there's this discussion. If we do digitize this, if this country does have a central bank digital currency, if this social media platform does have their own form of money, where do we stand? What does this do to us? How do we survive? How do we so and so? I think what's his name? Was it Novogratz? I can't ever remember this man's name for the life of me. Tim Draper. Nailed it. Tim Draper was in the news about a day or two ago saying that he wants Bitcoin to be the national currency of the United States. While that sounds great, wonderful, and all that stuff, the odds of that happening within the next 5 years are slim to none. Wait, and when Bitcoin has a $3 trillion market cap, I'm sure it will be discussed. But how crazy would that be? Anyway, a lot of these discussions have been taking place. As far as regulatory challenges, it's more like, how do we maintain control in this world where other countries are figuring out rapidly, hey, we don't have to listen to them because crypto exists. So yeah, let's move it on. In another edition of wow, why was this news everywhere news, the crypto industry is full of catchphrases: long Bitcoin, short the bankers, and just hodl. I hate the word hodl so much. Are just two of many that come to mind. One recent catchphrase that has gained popularity is Ethereum is money, often stated by the cryptocurrency's advocates, who argue that Ethereum is, or soon will satisfy, the 3 textbook characteristics. Some argue that there are 2, 4, or more needed for something to be classified as money. It is a unit of account, a store of value, or a medium of exchange. While this catchphrase has rapidly spread amongst the Ethereum community as a legitimate idea, the sentiment is receiving some pushback. Not really. Only one person, Anthony Pompliano, co-founder and partner at crypto fund manager Morgan Creek Digital Assets, in an extensive blog post, slammed the meme "Ether is money," calling the logic used to make this argument fundamentally flawed. He said, or rather, well, as Pompliano bluntly put it, he said, "Ether is no different than a fiat currency, referencing the asset's lack of a fixed supply, inflationary supply schedule, and centralized decision-making group when it comes to monetary policy. What Pompliano explains as hallmarks of fiat money. Indeed, there is no cap on the amount of US dollars in circulation, and the money printers are politicians and central bankers that aren't directly controlled by the public." As Pompliano explained further, he said Ethereum's structure is similar to our current fiat monetary policies, where the decision makers can increase or decrease the production of new money coming into the system. To add a cherry on top of the argument, so to say, the industry investor continued that Ethereum has historically been more volatile than Bitcoin, eyeing the below chart from industry research site Delphi Digital. First of all, Ethereum's like 4.5 years old. Bitcoin's 11, so one can only assume that more. The point being, I could not avoid this news. I tried desperately to run away. I did my best. I got an Uber, but it still did not work. This news would not leave me alone. Bitcoin bull Anthony Pompliano says Ethereum is no different than fiat currency. I don't know if you heard the first two words that I said. Bitcoin bull. For those of you who don't know, Anthony Pompliano is a Bitcoin maximalist. He thinks that Bitcoin is the only coin that you should be buying, have, storing, trading, not even trading. He thinks Bitcoin is going to be it in the future. For those of you who don't know, or those of you not looking at the screen, it says Pompliano says he wouldn't buy XRP. The point being, who cares? We know that he only loves one coin. For some reason, I understand that the cryptocurrency space, that traditional markets, that the world has fascinations with very rich people. If you are rich, you can typically make the news very easily. People love you. People want to touch your lapel, and people want to rub your hair and all this other stuff, saying, wow, you're rich. Let some of that rub off on me. But we have a lot of people within the cryptocurrency industry who are hyper-focused on one thing. So I'm not surprised that Pompliano wouldn't buy XRP. I also don't care that Pompliano wouldn't buy XRP. Why? Because Warren Buffett didn't buy Apple, and Warren Buffett didn't buy Amazon, and Warren Buffett didn't buy Google. So this doesn't mean that because Pompliano won't touch XRP or thinks that Ethereum is like fiat currency, that it won't succeed. It doesn't, when a rich person talks, it doesn't simply mean that you should follow exactly everything that they're going to say. That's nonsense. That's not how the world should work. This is why a lot of the world is messed up right now, because people follow the words of very rich people, even when they make no sense. The entire point being, this was unavoidable. I could not get away from this, so I decided to talk about it, because apparently this was very important for people within the cryptocurrency space, that Pompliano has said. I mean, how many other people have said stuff negatively about XRP, and then XRP's price goes up? How many people have been bashing Ethereum for the last 3 years? For those of you who were not here in 2000, I believe it was 14, 15, 16. I can't remember the exact time of Ethereum's ICO. I was told explicitly that Ethereum was a scam. Ethereum was a this. Ethereum was that. Dude, why are you buying Ethereum? You should not have Ethereum. Ethereum's really... I heard it all. Not even half joking. I was told all these things. And of course, that entire idea dissipated when Ethereum went from, I think it was like 50 cents to $4, $4 to $8. And by the time Ethereum went from around $7.50 to around $300, I heard no one talking negatively about Ethereum. Ethereum goes up, Ethereum goes down in price, and everyone is then once again able to attack it because it's down from where it was previously. So the point is that I'm trying to make is, who cares? Even when I talk negatively, and I'll tell you this 100%. Everyone has formed their own reality. We all live in different ways, in different places. We have different experiences, different lives. Each of us is completely different. The way that I currently feel myself about the cryptocurrency space is I focus very heavily, as they are also in the news quite often, I focus on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP for my portfolio. Just how the things that I feel. While I may not like Lumens, while I may not care for Tron, while me and Cardano may not get along every single day, you kind of get what it is. That does not mean that these coins will not perform well in the future, that these will not make you tons of money, that if Bitcoin is going up by 18%, that these coins might not be going up by 74%. We've seen other altcoins outperform Bitcoin over the last 2 months extremely well, Tezos being one of them, and many other Chainlink and whatnot, and Who's Face and all this other coins. The entire point being, no one knows everything. While a lot of people may agree that this coin is so-and-so or that coin is blah, 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 the entire point is every time that Anthony Pompliano talks, I don't understand why people are so fascinated with what he has to say. I wonder if hopefully when cryptocurrency prices skyrocket, my opinion, I hope that we get some new fresh faces in the scene so we don't have to keep it's always Pompliano, it's always Novogratz, and it's always Draper. And then sometimes it's Peter Thiel, and what's the fifth one? Shut up. I'm not gonna get it. It's always the same people, and I mean, you either love Bitcoin or you hate Bitcoin. I don't base my life off of what Pompliano says. Like, I didn't stop buying XRP because he was like, he wouldn't buy XRP. I'm like, oh, gotta sell all my XRP. Pompliano doesn't like it. Yeah, sure, Ethereum has faults. Every cryptocurrency has faults. I would love to hear him have an argument about why Bitcoin only has 3 transactions per second. The point being, Ethereum has over like 350 partners. They have an entire alliance. We just had news that Microsoft and JP Morgan Chase and Ernst & Young's are going to be officially using Ethereum. So where's the real argument? Anyway, that's the news for today. And I was going to say to finish things off, but that's not even it. Various financial institutions are looking to incorporate blockchain technology. Ripple continues to make inroads as it is now partnering with the National Bank of Fujairah. Ripple has forged numerous crucial partnerships over the past few years. Central banks and commercial institutions are paying close attention to what this company is doing. The National Bank of Fujairah, PJSC, is the latest to officially partner the blockchain. Why is this? I can't read this properly. Like, it's written very odd. To partner the blockchain company in an official capacity, focusing on RippleNet appears to be the primary reason for this collaboration. For bank customers, this will allow them to complete real-time payments with end-to-end tracking of all transactions for banks. It is crucial to keep tabs on ongoing developments and innovative solutions. The National Bank of Fujairah sees RippleNet as a catalyst for change that will benefit its customers during the initial stage. RippleNet's functionality will be put to good use in the Indian market. There will also be a focus on the remittance to India through IndusInd Bank. Reducing costs and introducing more convenience are 2 core pillars of this financial institution. Is written. See, even that, this article is written very, very oddly. I believe this is the article right here. Yep, here it is right here. From Al-Bawaba News, the National Bank of Fujairah partners with Ripple for cross-border money transfers. For those of you who don't know, Ripple's partnered, so we've been told, with just about every single bank in India. Which, I mean, is with all of this stuff lines up a little bit too conveniently. Like, whenever you look at news from the past, as far as like the crypto companies who were allowed to enter India, even though there was a banking ban, and then we figure out there wasn't a banking ban, and it's like, oh, that's why they've been there that entire time and why they've been partnering with them. Anyway, Ripple has a new partner with the Bank of Fujairah, and has basically also partnered with every bank in India already. So, yeah. Partnerships. Woo! And to finish things off, for those of you who care, and I'm pretty sure none of you do, this news was also it's just sometimes I really wonder, like, the priorities of the cryptocurrency space. This one was making, like, this news I saw more. Sorry for screaming. I saw this news more in some places, like multiple articles on different websites. I saw this news more than the South Korean news. One of Ethereum's early stars is pinning its future hopes to a blockchain of its own making. Dapper Labs, the startup that raised roughly $39 million from venture capitalists after its brief success with the CryptoKitties collectible game in late 2017, launched a simulator on Thursday for its upcoming Flow blockchain. The move positions Dapper Labs among a number of startups looking to build protocols that will unseat Ethereum as the blockchain of choice. Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. They said we built this blockchain because we wanted a different blockchain to build our games on top of. The Flow Playground, as the Dapper Labs simulator is called, aims to attract app developers. When you have a new programming domain, it makes sense to have a new programming paradigm. So basically, the news being is that the people who made CryptoKitties, Dapper Labs, created their own blockchain called Flow, and they're doing it to unseat Ethereum as the blockchain of choice. You have to tell that to Tron, you have to tell that to EOS, to Cardano, and any other names I missed who've been trying to dethrone Ethereum for the past 2.5 years. It's very difficult. You need 300 partnerships plus under your belt before you can even think of taking on Ethereum. Simply having video games and or gambling games on your platform is not going to be enough. Why this news made gigantic headlines all over the place? Like, CryptoKitties was interesting. It was just photos of cats that you could collect. That's not a joke. I think people are still using CryptoKitties. But let's see what happens in the future. I'm not exactly sure why Flow Labs or Flow Blockchain is getting so much press time. But we'll see. I wish I had like a really good, like proper, like everyday memory so I could be like in exactly 3 years, be like, well, let's see how Flow is doing. Because most other projects, especially ones that have hundreds of millions, if not billions behind them, EOS, still have not yet been able to dethrone Ethereum. But if you cared about this news, that one was for you. This news, I mean, a lot of the news in the cryptocurrency space is always very weird. It's like, why are you everywhere? Yeah. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Martin Steuers, Josh Gorsica, Chongololo, Songololo, Mr. Pickles, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Barebones Mining, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Mohameroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Brady Niels, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Adobo, Bankroll Network, Crypto Joe, Milweezy, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Nicholas for North One Piece One Love, Richie Rich III, Nick Kanaya, Setsuna, Damien, Anthony Charles, Nick Mangialavori, Paxis, Krypton Beer, Shipmate, Vlad the Impaler, Minting Coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle keeps skipping that leg day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, ArfMedic17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigara, Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Creole, and Michelle, URL, and hold on, I have to sneeze. Thank you all very, very much for your support, and thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel who hit that. I just slammed my hand on the table. Everyone who hit the little join button below the video. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently up by 2.14%. It is sitting at 9,110 US dollars. Most of the major, everything except for Tezos. Oh, first of all, Tezos is in the top 10. Everything except for Tezos is green right now. We'll see exactly how this happens during the rest of the day. I still sentimentally feel, just based off of the India news, Bitcoin should be performing incredibly well. And when the world wakes up and hears the South Korea news, prices should be going a little higher. Don't be surprised if they don't, because the cryptocurrency space is very illogical. And these may only be factors as prices are going up, i.e., prices go up, people realize why prices are going up, and people then realize that there's a premium in other places. I mean, there were a lot of premiums in 2017. What was the other country? There was, I think, 3 countries. They all had like 10% premiums on Bitcoin's price. It was the oddest thing in the entire world. I can only assume that this is going to pop up again. And even crazier, when we start getting proper like metrics for how much Bitcoin there isn't out there. The air is killing me. Hold on. I feel like I should apologize for clearing my throat, but I won't. I can't help it. If it was something I was doing on purpose, I'd be like, I'm sorry. I'm a jerk, but I can't help it. I'm interested to see when we start realizing that the Bitcoin supply of circulating coins is relatively low, how crazy people will go and how many other premiums we're going to have. Anyway, these are the prices. Nothing really is like catching the eye today. Icon is up by 13. Sure. Lisk is up by 6.5%. It also has a $2.9 million volume. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I do hope that you all enjoyed. Hope that you all are continue to have, and maybe in the future have a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. If you're home, super long weekend for you. Just enjoy it. Do something nice. Watch something on Netflix. I almost said rent a movie from Blockbuster. Wow. Anyway, thank you all. Blockbuster. Thank you all. Which is trying to make a comeback, apparently. I saw a couple days ago. Not even joking. I think it's Blockbuster and Toys R Us are both trying to make comebacks. Like, is this the 90s? Like, anyway, thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.